please bow your heads. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you gave us. Please help us have a good day today. Thank you that you have led us all here safely, and please help this program to go well. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you to one of our favorite occasions here at TAA, and that is our 8th grade and kindergarten graduation. And it's very special because we do a buddy program, and so they have very special relationships with each other that they build throughout the school year, and even some of them for the past 2 years. And so it's really actually very special to get to graduate together. But Vicki and I are so pleased to have your children in our classes. It is an absolute privilege, and we are so thankful for each of you and all the support you show and for this community of people. It's amazing. So thank you so much for being here and for being here for these graduates. We are so proud of them.
Yes, we just want to thank everybody. We know a lot of people came a long ways, and we thank you for that. It's always very special, and sometimes we've prayed all week for you that you got here safely, and just let you know that it's very important, and so we're glad that you're here this evening. At this time, the kindergarten students have a special song for you, and they're accompanied by a couple of our 8th grade students. All right, at this time, we do what we call our rose ceremony, and we do it, kindergarten does it a little bit different than 8th grade, but we still have, so we have the parents write a little short note to their kindergarten student, and then when 8th grade's turn, the 8th graders do a tribute to their family. So as we call your name, you're going to stand up and go down to Miss Ruthie, and she's going to give you your roses to take to your family. Okay, Blaine? Dear Blaine, from the moment we met you, we knew that you had a special kind of spunk. You had the cutest smile, and it felt like it could light up the room whenever you showcased it. We are so proud of the confidence that you tackle the world with. It is amazing to be here to witness all that you are learning about Jesus and to hear the questions you ask to find out who Jesus is to you. You have grown into such a great big sister, an example to your sisters, and it makes us so proud. Watching you grow has been our favorite pastime. Your mom and I can't wait to see the life that God has planned for you. We love you so much, Mommy and Daddy. Hey, Ugo.
Querido Huguito, Huguito nació el 14 de septiembre del año 2018. Dios tenía un propósito para mi vida al permitirme quedar al cuidado de un niño a tan solo 18 años de edad. Fue un reto muy fuerte para mí, pero tenía que enfrentarlo. Así que nos movimos a este lugar y empezamos una nueva vida. Y Dios siempre ha estado con nosotros. Cuando Hugo Matías nació, le detectaron un problema con sus pies y a los 3 meses de nacido tuvo su primera cirugía. Así que teníamos que salir cada semana e íbamos a Oklahoma City para que le pudieran cambiar sus yesos. Por la gracia de Dios, a sus 2 años, Hugo dio sus primeros pasos. Le doy gracias a Dios por toda su ayuda. Hugo es un niño maravilloso en toda la expresión de la palabra y yo nunca me cansaré de agradecer a Dios por todas sus bendiciones. Dios ha sido más que bueno con nosotros y nos puso a personas muy especiales e increíbles, aún sin merecerlo. Una de esas personas está aquí con nosotros, mi esposo. Aunque no era su responsabilidad, él ha demostrado ser un gran padre y por fin Huguito ha podido demostrar todo su amor que él tiene en ese corazoncito al tener una figura paterna. Estoy más que agradecida y orgullosa de que mi hijo esté pasando una nueva etapa en su vida. Tampoco puedo olvidar todo el apoyo y el amor que mi mamá me ofreció. Para Huguito, su abuelita es una gran persona y es como una segunda madre para él. También su tío ha sido de gran apoyo. Te amamos, Huguito. Felicidades.
Okay, Lily Jane, we are so proud of you. How sweet and loving you are, how smart you are, and how much you love Jesus. You are growing up so fast, and we love watching you grow up into such a bright young lady. I still can't believe you can beat me at tic-tac-toe. I love to watch you read and learn new words. The sparkle in your eyes when you figure something out on your own is so bright and beautiful. You are going to grow up to be such a wonderful lady, and we are so happy to get to be part of the ride. You will do amazing things with Jesus by your side. We love you with all our hearts. Love, Mommy, Mama, and Josh. P.S. Your hugs and kisses are the sweetest in the world. Song song.
sang pen ama abek tapa kanei uhi ka in mama uhi nu le pa chu zong mang mama hi in pan ka sep khem pe u nu mei sep pasal sep chi lo in hong hu tang tang hi chu khwal le ching mama hi lai et bel atha da pian na khat pe ne le hong hom tang tang hi ki mo zong ung mama hi ki mo tuam sung pan in soccer pen a uk pen hi mi hu zong nuam samama hi gan hing pen in mama hi lom le gwal to ki chu zong nuam sa mama hi outdoor pai le tui pek te zong ung mama hi akam zong tam mama in ama om le ki chim man bet lo hi kum thak sung ton tung hong patta sak Miss Victoria le Elena tunga music siama April tunga a hi zong in sang sia pi pa le sia siama te tung kem pe le hong it sak kem pe tung le hong phat ong pa tak sak te tunga dung dam ma ung na pek pi on to pan chu pha ong te kim chat ta hen
Hey, Austin. To our sweet Austin boy, we are so proud of who you are becoming and what you have accomplished this year. We love your adventurous spirit, your willingness to try anything once, like getting a reverse mohawk and a shaved head. We have seen you demonstrate your love for Jesus and seen you take care of your siblings. You're quick to try anything, especially your latest jokes or quick wit. We also like that you're ready to make mistakes and learn from them. We know the future is bright ahead of you. We know you are willing to do hard things and clean up your messes. Go Team Vargas. Love your daddy and mommy. James. Dear James, your mommy and daddy love you so much. Congratulations on graduating kindergarten and all the learning you have done this year. We think you are so amazing. We love that you are always willing to help your daddy or snuggle with mommy. We also admire the way you look out for your sisters. They are so lucky to have you as their brother. Another thing that amazes us about you is that you are very rarely bored. You use your imagination and can turn anything into fun. We love that about you, even if timeouts are not effective because you can even make standing in the corner fun. We hope that you continue to build upon your imagination and creativity to use those gifts to serve others. Our goal for you is that you love Jesus always. We are always blown away by the deep questions you ask while riding in the car and hope that you continue to seek knowledge in the Lord. We thank God for you and love you more than we could ever say. We are so excited for you to grow and learn more every year. We love you, James.
Okay, I might go a little out of order, so just be ready. Okay, one time. To my spiritual leaders, my mom and dad, thank you for always being there for me and helping me out with whatever I need. Thank you for praying for me and reminding me to trust in God no matter what. Your faith has been my anchor, and your love has been my strength. I wouldn't be standing here without your guidance, support. I'll never be able to repay you for all the things that you have done in my life. I love you so much. Thank you so much for everything. To my sisters and my brother, I also want to give a shout out to my siblings. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you for being there through the good days and the could have been better days. Whether we were laughing or arguing, crying or singing, you guys have always been a part of my journey. Thank you for keeping me humble and helping to shape me into who I am today. P.S. Thanks for being my built-in best friends. I know I can always count on y'all. And to all my friends, you guys have made this past year unforgettable. I'll truly cherish all the memories in my heart. Thank you for all the laughs, the inside jokes, the late texts, and much more. You guys have been there through highs and lows, and I seriously couldn't have made it through this year without you. I hope we stay lifelong friends and keep making memories no matter where life takes us. Love you all. Thanks for being amazing. Thank you, Mrs. Vargas, for being more than just a teacher. You've pushed me to become the best version of myself and keep on improving. Your patience, kindness, and wisdom have truly made a difference in my life. And Mr. Vargas, thank you for supporting her, and by extension, all of us. I know the love and strength behind the scenes helped her to be the amazing teacher she is. You both inspire me more than you will ever know. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And thanks, Mrs. Vargas, for making sure I always get my work done. Abby. Dear Mom, thank you for being around always and supporting everything that I do and not being too strict. Thanks. I love you so much. Thank you, Pappy, for being a great grandpa. And I'm just glad that you are well and alive and that you always remember my birthday. That makes me feel so special. Thank you to all of my family that is here. I'd like to give a shout out to all of my friends, that have become close friends. Levi. Dear Mom and Dad, thanks for all the hard work that you do for me, for Hannah, and for Travis. Thanks for being there in all my challenges and struggles, all my happy times and my sad times. You've always pushed me to do my best and supported me throughout all my academic life and life outside of school. Thank you for helping me grow spiritually and guiding me with God to help me get to this moment. I love you guys so much. Hannah and Travis, thank you guys for being the best sister and big bro I could have asked for. Hannah, you're an amazing sister and you've always watched out for me. Can't wait to have a crazy summer. Travis, for my whole life, you've been the best roommate ever, even though you make it so messy. We'll miss you a whole lot this summer, but I hope you have a great time working at summer camp. Can't wait to have an awesome time with you this next school year. Love y'all. Mammy and Opa, thank you guys so much for all the awesome side-by-side rides, Rumacube games, delicious sourdough breakfasts. You guys have always had something fun for us to do, whether it's fishing, board games, making something in the shop, or just hanging out. Hope you know how much I love that. And I love you guys. Grammy and Papa. Thank you, Papa, for all your terribly hilarious jokes and all the fun ice cream runs. Thanks, Grammy, for laughing at my terrible jokes and the lazy Heartland hangouts. Thanks for helping pick me up from school and taking me home. Love you. And no, Papa, I love you the most. Aunt Mary, you're one of the happiest people I know. You're so funny, and I always have a great time when I'm around you. I bet a whole lot of people could say the same. Thanks for always making sure we have what we need. I hope I see you a lot more next year. Love you. To the Bramhams, Kobe, Keaton, and Aubrielle, y'all are pretty much my second brothers and sister. I loved getting to grow with you in basketball, acro, and spiritually. Miss Cherie, you're an amazing and hardworking person, and you've helped me grow these last few years. Whether it was riding dirt bikes, playing basketball, or watching movies until 4 in the morning, I've had a super awesome time hanging out with you guys. Love y'all. There's so many more people that I could write a speech for, but that would take quite a long time. It feels like just yesterday I walked into Mr. Minty's class with a big old backpack and my little comb over. You all have been a very crucial part of these last 4 years I've been at TAA. You've given me so many awesome memories, and I've had a great time with all of you. Love y'all. To the class of 2029, I want to say thanks for an awesome year. And as we step into this new chapter of school, I hope you guys do well in whatever you do and wherever you go, and keep God in the center of it all. Zayden. I would like to thank everyone that came to see me and my peers graduate from middle school and go into high school. I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to graduate, and I would like to acknowledge and give thanks most to my mom for always helping me get here and for always being there for me and for her unconditional love. I will always keep her close to my heart. Thank you to my aunt for giving me the best memories, and I'm thankful for the time that we spend together on the weekends. Thank you to my grandma for always taking care of things and being loving and kind. I'd like to say thank you to every single one of my teachers because they also played a really big part on why I'm graduating today. And they have taught me the knowledge that I know, and I'm very appreciative of them. But the biggest person I would like to thank is God for being with me in every step and never leaving my side. I thank him for the friends that he gave me that always make me laugh. I hope that every one of my fellow graduates succeed in everything they do in their life. As for me, on my next step in high school, I want to set new goals for myself and achieve everything that I need to in high school. I cherish the good memories that I had here in middle school, and I'm excited to make many more good memories in high school. Brianna.
Mami y papi, ustedes me han dado todo y estoy muy agradecida con Dios que los tengo en mi vida. Gracias por siempre estar conmigo y gracias porque siempre me han dado todo lo que necesito y hasta lo que no necesito. Sé que algunas veces me enojo con ustedes, pero también sé que ustedes solo quieren lo mejor para mí y que siempre tienen la razón. Ustedes me han enseñado desde pequeña a andar y caminar con Dios. Ustedes me han enseñado todo lo que sé y cada día me siguen enseñando más y más. Les agradezco mucho por eso. Los quiero mucho, mami y papi.
Diego, I love you. You are the best brother I could have ever asked for. I remember that before you were born, I would sometimes feel lonely, but as soon as I heard I was going to have a brother, I knew I would have a friend for life. I remember I carried you for the first time at the hospital, and I remember you smiling as soon as I carried you. Diego, even though you are younger than me, I have learned so much from you. I know that you'll always be my friend, and I love you.
Tía Yesenia, tía Ari y tía Yuri. Ustedes siempre han estado conmigo y son como unas mamás también para mí. Ustedes siempre me han tratado como su hija, siempre me han consentido y por eso se los agradezco mucho. Me siento muy afortunada de tenerlas porque ustedes son gran parte de mi vida. Las quiero mucho, tías.
And to all my cousins, you guys are my best friends. I'm so thankful to have you all in my life. I still remember the time we went to Golden Corral and some lady told Barry, wow, already back for more? You guys make my life so fun. I feel so lucky to have you all, and you guys are my best friends. I love you. And to all my friends, you are all so special to me. I'm so happy to have you all in my life. I have made so many memories with you guys, and I can't wait to continue. Thank you for all the laughs, advice, and for just being there for me. I love you all. Haven. Mom, thank you for everything, like everything. I would not be alive without you. You mean so much to me, and the fact that you still put up with me is crazy. You always try to support me, and you sit for hours and clean with me because you love me. I appreciate all you have done for me. I love you, and I hope that you can keep the rose alive for a little while. Dad, thank you so much. You always give me hugs when I need them. You help stay strong even when I was ready to give up, and you always help me when I thought that something was too hard. And the only reason you got frustrated with me was because I gave up too easily. Thank you for helping me with the things I struggled with, even when I made it hard on myself. Eden, I'm graduating. Time flies, huh? 2 years, you were the one on this stage graduating, and in 2 years, you'll do the graduating again. I've known you all my life, and I hope one day that you and me are like Auntie and Mom. I love you so much. Grammy and Poppy, thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy you're here. We've done so much together, from making a garden in my backyard to sewing a random piece of fabric. You've always been there for me, and you always show interest in the things that I want to do. I love you, and I'm so glad you're here. Grandma, I'm so happy you're here. I love every time you come over. We just relax and spend time with each other. I hope you enjoy being here with us, and I'm glad that you're here. You always show interest in the things I do and are just so sweet. I love all your hugs, and I look forward to more. After you're done with your puzzle, of course. Auntie Lauren and Uncle Doriel, this has been a long school year, hasn't it? From Valerie to being neighbors, I've learned about you guys more and more. You guys are so sweet, and I love my baby cousin. Valerie is a little light, but you brought her here. Thank you for letting me be a part of Valerie's life. I love you too, and the little ray of light. Siri family, thank you for being like my second family. You hung out with my family, we went on walks, we just relaxed. And our mom's having sister dates to playing tag in the backyard. We have always had fun. Thank you for being so kind. MJ, I'm so happy to be in your class again. I'm going to be able to enjoy high school with you. So glad that we became friends. Abby, here's a rose. You probably don't want a long speech, but you're getting a rose anyway. Nikia, hey, you won't have to deal with me teasing you for a little while, although you didn't decide to be my friend. We still are, and I'm so glad for it. Thank you for building me up. Ms. Vargas, thank you for making this year so memorable. Everything you have done for this class, from taking us out to eat or dealing with how noisy we are, you always were calm and sweet. Thank you for being the most wonderful 8th grade teacher I could ever ask for. Thank you all so much. Hunter. Dear Mom, I just want to thank you for everything. You have always been working with me no matter how annoying I am. You've always been watching over me, even if I was on a trip or I was sleeping over somewhere else. Thank you for everything. I love you. Dear Dad, I want to thank you for always playing with me when I was little, and it didn't matter how busy you were, you would always make time for me and my siblings. No matter if it took an hour, a day, or even a week, you would always put us before everything else. Dear Grandma and Grandpa, I'm very thankful for always taking me and my brother to school when everybody else has been working, and thank you for raising me to be the person that I am today. I also want to thank my siblings for always looking out for me and giving me good advice, even though I didn't understand it at the time. You guys have always pushed me to work harder. Thank you. I also want to mention all of the 8th graders and Mrs. Vargas for giving them an okay year. I've had better years, but thank you for making this year better. I finally want to thank everyone that I didn't mention. I'm sorry if I didn't mention you, but thank you so much for being here and for helping me become a better person. Thank you so much for coming. I love you all. Simeon. Dear Mom, thank you for always supporting me, making me happy when I'm sad, and always taking care of me. I know that I don't say it enough, but I love you, Mom. And I will try to be way less annoying. Dear Dad, thank you for always pushing me to do better. I know I complain when you do this, but I know now that you just want what is best for me. This has helped a lot this year, so I thank you for that. Thank you, Dad. Dear Belle, thank you for being the best sister ever. Thank you for sometimes taking me places and buying me stuff. Thank you for staying up late with me, or just talking with me, or playing a game with me. To my fellow 8th graders, thank you for being my friends throughout all of this. Thank you for cheering me up when I get sad, and just being there for me. I love you all. Thank you to all my aunts and uncles for supporting me on trips and always being there for me when I need them. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Ham for letting me stay with y'all when my parents went out of the country. Thank you for always being there for me and my family. Thank you, Miss Bramham and Pastor Sampson, for pushing me to get better in sports. And thank you to all my friends for helping me through this school year. And last, thank you to my teachers for teaching me really well so that I could get good grades. Thank you all.
Katie and kanu tunga kegen ding nu o lung dam ma eng tu ni chang dong ina kat an nun tang na te pe khia in ngek bol in nong koi na te ka dong dam ma hi hat ve chang ina ke pek ke ngai su ni na ka de ka ki sap lo pi ka de te le ko pin de chang na sum te khong la in chi bangin ka o ma ke hi pi pin ke hi lo danin omin nang I haksat na nang I thuak dan ding te ko ngai su sak kha ke hi nu o to khem pe ong mai sakin ji nang hangina kanun tang na te ki khel hi en kamal I gen zo lo za dong in nu o ong in ma ing a kam tat ding ka kilom lo kam pau ding ka kilom lo khem pe nu o ong mai sakin en khat ve chang ina he the in lung tom the ina nang tung khonga to te ong mo sak khathei zeling to te khem pe ka hi nop man hi ke en nu o ong in ma in kamal I gen zo lo za dong in ong I ding nang to pasian ina I thung na te ong dong in nang to ikizop na te ong hoi sak sem se ma hi manina pasian tunga kalung dam nu o ong in ma in chi ong mangya sang nge ke inแต่จังกะปาตุงะกะลายขังว่าปาโอนังเป็นนังโตขังคอมโลกะหิมานินนังตัวกงเกียนถึงตัมปีอมเกยอาฮิซงเงินนังโตกะนูโตอมินะกะ graduation สังคอมถึงจิกะอาจักเจียงนะกะนูอีไม้ใต้นากะมูอาโต toa ina kalung jam saki atak tak inong gening jileng kanopek to kakang kia hi in toa sunga pen kakisap amang akisam khat hi chi in kangai sundena ahi zong in tuni in keito nong manina to teng khem pe ube hi to pa ina nang to kanu to hi pangina hunong sat khop sak thai manina pasian tunga kalung jam hi pa o ong in ma ing na in kwan dang te le nang tunga pasian in thupang pia hen.
And Katie's dad flew in yesterday all the way from Myanmar, so we are so happy that you made it. To my 3 amazing cousins, Mama, Hoinu, and Lian Pi, I don't think I would be the same if you guys weren't there to take care of me. To Mama, who is like a second mother to me, you took care of me all my life, and I could never express my gratitude to you, mainly because I wouldn't know how to. So instead, I'll listen to everything you say. Hoinu, first, may God bless you in your next step after graduation. You are so smart and talented. You have so many different amazing qualities. To the MP, I have nothing to say other than, you're okay, I guess. Just kidding. You're pretty funny and cool. I'm happy we got it closer throughout the year. I still remember when I told on you to Mom for playing Roblox on her laptop. That was funny. And to my friends, thank you for being friends with me. If I could be real, everyone who I have met has changed my life every day, whether even if we talk a little or a lot. There are some in this school who have been with me through my ups and downs. Thank you so much to Britzy, MJ, YY, Doi Mong. I could never be any more lucky than to have you guys by my side. You brought me so much joy and wonder to my life. I could never be happier. Thank you to Mrs. Vargas. You are quite literally awesome. You have put up with this 7th and 8th grade class and many others, and yet still managed to keep cool. You've done so much, and on behalf of everyone, we thank you so much. This school year has taught me so many things and changed me so much, and I'm so glad that I spent this year here at TAA.
Good evening, everybody. We want to take a moment to say some special thank yous to people who have supported our class throughout this year. Mr. Vargas, we want to thank you for driving us on our mission trip and helping us with all our 8th grade class needs. Pastor Jen, thank you for being our Bible teacher and our speaker this evening. You have taught us so much throughout these past 2 years, preparing us not just for high school, but for overall life. Thank you. Ms. Vargas, you're an amazing teacher. You're like a second mother to us. Words can't express how grateful we are for you. Thank you for being our teacher and always putting up with us. We love you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Muan Sang, and I am the 8th grade graduating class president. First and foremost, I want to thank God for granting us this opportunity and beautiful day to come together as a family to wrap up an amazing school year. I want to say thank you to everyone for being here today to celebrate this bittersweet moment with us. Bitter because we're moving on from something that felt like a second home, but sweet because we're stepping into something new. As we stand on the edge of a new beginning, graduating 8th grade and stepping into high school, I want to have this moment to express our deepest gratitude to all the people who guided and helped us to get to this moment. Our teachers, our school staff, all our families, and all our friends. And certainly, last but not least, God. Thank you all for everything. When this school year first started, I'll be honest, I wasn't too sure about the people sitting around me. I felt a little uneasy. Some were unfamiliar faces, and some were people who seemed far different from me. I didn't know if we would all ever get along, but somehow, over time, we all started to grow and become friends with each other. Kind of similar to a weird family you didn't ask for, but ended up loving anyway. But that's what makes this moment so much more special. Tonight isn't just about moving on from 8th grade, but it's about appreciating how far we've come as a class and recognizing the people who have helped us along our journey. Dear classmates, this is not the end, this is only the beginning of a new chapter. We may be parting ways, but the memories we have made together will forever be a part of us and in our hearts. So let's leave middle school with full hearts, open minds, and the courage to keep becoming the best versions of ourselves. Congratulations, 8th grade class of 2025. We did it.
Hello, TAA students, staff, and parents. I would love to start out today saying that our guest speaker today is amazing. He is one of our best teachers, teaching us 8th graders and 7th graders many godly things. And if I can be honest, we can learn so much things about our Lord and Savior, mainly from him. So let me stop wasting time and let me introduce our guest speaker for tonight, Pastor Jim.
Good evening, everyone. Ms. Vargas let me know that in addition to speaking for the 8th graders, I also get to talk to the kindergartners. So that's pretty cool. So let me ask you guys something. I'm going to start with you guys. Does it get old looking up at everybody? I mean, does it hurt your neck a little bit? You got to always look up. Yeah? All right. So, Mr. Ham, Mr. Williams, Mr. Adewumi, stand over at the end here. I need some help. All right. Oh, we're live. Hot dog. All right. In case I need help so I don't kill myself, because it's hard to do in a dress. All right, so I'm going to sit down here. It's a lot easier than it used to be. And that way you guys can look down. Is that better? Instead of having to look up all the time? All right, that'll work. So you probably didn't know it. I'm like always in a competition with Mr. A for the meanest teacher at TAA. And from what I hear, I'm winning. So I'm surprising you with kind of a test. But they've really harshed my mellow. In fact, I had this plan that the 8th graders, I was going to fail all of them, so they would have to stay in my class. And Ms. Vargas told me, Well, with the religion class, even if you fail them, they still move up. So that really harshed my mellow. So even if you don't know all this stuff, they'll still let you go to first grade, from what I understand. Do you remember the story? Somebody came up and asked Jesus and said, what is the greatest commandment in the Bible? And Jesus said, well, the greatest commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul. And the second greatest is just like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. And then he said, on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. And so the law and the prophets, that's like everything else. So I've got a list of things that hopefully, and knowing Miss Vicky like I do, I'm sure you've heard all of these. But I just want to kind of go over it to make sure. All right? So here's the thing. You're going into first grade, so you're going to be learning some more stuff. But everything you really need to know to be successful in life, you got it in kindergarten. Everything else hangs on it. All right? So you ready? Here we go. Number 1, share. That's a hard one. It don't get easier. Play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat and after you go to the bathroom. After you go to the bathroom, flush. Before you wash your hands, not after. Here's one I really like. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. In moderation. Live a balanced life. Learn, drink plenty of water, draw, paint, sing, dance, play, and work every day, at least a little. Take a nap every afternoon. I know probably that's not your favorite thing now, but trust me, one day you will rue the fact that you didn't appreciate it more in kindergarten. When you go out in the world, watch out for traffic, look both ways before crossing the street, hold hands, stick together. You're not crossing the street yet. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots go down and the plant goes up. And except for God, nobody really knows how it works. We're all like that. And then remember when you learn to read, that first big word, look. Everything you need to know is in there somewhere. The golden rule, love, basic sanitation. Think what a better world it would be if the whole world, about 3 o'clock, had a nice warm cookie, cold glass of milk, and then got their blanket and took a nap. I don't know, but I think that might be what we're doing when we get to heaven. Let's find out, shall we? Thank you for paying attention. I know you're probably ready to get out of here, huh? Yeah. I don't know if you can see the eyes of that kid, but yeah, he's out of here. You know, they told me that I could go no later than like 8:30. I think I can make it. Yeah, that gets a lot harder too, just let me say. All right. You guys can listen in, but you don't exist anymore. Thank you for being ready. I appreciate that, because that could have gotten deadly after a while. I've never actually watched the program, but I've heard about it. Now, there's actually 2 programs, reality shows, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Y'all ever heard of it? Yeah. No, Miss Sunwell? No. So what it is there's one single person, And then there's a whole bunch of not single people, and then they pick who they want to stick around, and they give a rose to them. And so it was kind of cool watching. I kind of wondered, okay, who's gonna get a rose and who's not? And then of course, you see my hands. Do I have a rose in my hand? Yeah, no. But you know what? I think of this area of Oklahoma, and I think of all the awesome people that live in this area, and people that are even willing to travel to come. And if you got a rose, go ahead and hold that up. Let me acknowledge you for a second. Look at all those roses out there. Yeah. And how many people do you see up here speaking right now? Yeah, exactly. You can have your rose. I got the best deal right here. But having spoken for 3 of the last 4 8th grade graduations, there's only so many ways you can say so long and thanks for all the fish. So I was kind of wondering, what am I even going to say tonight? And then it hit me. Pastors are notorious for liking certain illustrations. The problem is, once you've been in a church for a while, you can only use it so many times and people get tired of hearing them. And probably, I think I've used this one in your class, so you've probably heard it before, but I saw a bunch of new faces and they haven't heard it. So here we go. When I first came to the Oklahoma Conference in 2004, 21 years ago, hard to believe, I started out, I had the Ketchum, Veneta, and Jay Seventh-day Adventist churches. We lived in Ketchum. And how many of you have heard of Reese's? Yeah, everybody? Yeah. So a grocery store. So there's a Reese's in Ketchum, and my oldest son, Brandon, he decided that he wanted to work at Reese's because he wanted some money so he could, spend and do things that he wanted. And so he stopped by one day. We stopped, got an application. He filled it out, turned it in, and he got an appointment to interview. So the day of the interview, he asked me if I could take him, and being the wonderful father that I am, I said sure. And so I'm waiting, because that's the job of a father. They're always waiting on their children. And he comes out, and he had on this pair of jeans that were like, they were holier than Swiss cheese, and this ratty-looking T-shirt, and I'm like, what in the world? And he said, well, I'm going for an interview. I said, you're going dressed like that? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, don't you think maybe you should spiff it up a little bit? He says, no. Now, I need to explain. Brandon doesn't sound like that anymore, but when he was in his teens, that's pretty much what he sounded like all the time. So it's an accurate translation. No. I'm like, listen, son, you need to go in there and you need to maybe impress them a little bit. You know what the dress code is, for employees at Reese's, right? Yeah. I said, okay, tell me what it is. Nice pair of jeans, white dress shirt, long sleeve, and a tie. I said, okay, so why don't you go put that on? That's dumb. I'm like, listen, go put it on. Trust me. Dad, that's dumb. Why would I do that? They're not going to put me on right then. I said, it's not about getting put on the schedule right then. It's about going and making an impression. He said, that's stupid. I said, can you just trust me once in your life? I've been on this earth about 25 years longer than you have. I kind of know how things work. That's exactly what he did. I'm not kidding. He went and changed. We go to Reese's. He goes in. He's in there for like 40 minutes. He said he'd probably be in there about 10. I'm wondering what's going on. He comes out. He sits in the car. And once again, what do I hear? And then he uttered the 3 words that every kid absolutely hates to say to their parents. You were right. And I said, do tell. So The assistant manager came in, because it's the assistant manager that does the interviewing, and he just looked at me. He didn't say a word. And then he left. And then he comes back like a minute and a half later with the store manager. And he says, "Look at this kid. He's dressed for work. He's got a tie and a shirt. You know, last week we had this young lady come in, and she was in a bikini with a fishnet top. And this kid's ready for work." Now, the way Reesers, at least that time, the way they did it is they interviewed you and then they let you go home. And then if you were hired, they told you. They hired him on the spot and gave him the paperwork to fill out. And, you know, I'm imagining they almost sent somebody home so that they could, you know, put him to work. And he worked there the rest of the time we were there, which was about 2 years. And he absolutely loved it. They absolutely loved him. And when I took a call to go to Salisaw, they asked if I could leave him there. He was only in like the 10th grade. I'm like, "No, I'm sorry, we can't do that." Especially those of you that have had me for 2 years. Miss Sanoam, you've been very fortunate. You've only had me for 1. These guys, you know, they've had it 2 whole years. I tend to be a little tough sometimes. Which reminds me, 6th and 7th graders, I just talked to Mr. Siri tonight, and against his better judgment, he's letting me teach next year too. So be afraid. Be very afraid. I'm tough on you because I want you to succeed. And I know that every single one of you have it within you to succeed. But every year, the odds are getting more and more stacked against you. There was a time when an 8th grade graduation, an 8th grade, you know, certificate was enough for an entry-level job. And from there, you could go on and be successful. And then a few years down the road, it became a high school diploma. And then it became a college diploma. And it's getting more and more to the point where it's a master's. There are, you know, I don't know if any of you are going into theology, but there are conferences in the North American division that they will not hire a pastor unless they have a master's degree. Now that may have changed. The Hawaii conference, if somebody wants to check it out, maybe they don't do that anymore because pastors are becoming a little more rare. And not only is everybody going to college and getting degrees, but now you're also having to go up against artificial intelligence. It's taking over a lot of areas. The CEO of Fiverr wrote, and I'm not sure, I know it's a technology company, I'm not sure exactly what, I just saw the letter, I don't know much about it, but he wrote a letter to his employees and he said, "We are on the verge of becoming obsolete. And you're going to have to learn to be the very best at not just what you do, but at what's coming. Because AI is starting to take over." Now, here's the good news. I know that every single one of you, if you put your mind to it, are capable of succeeding and doing anything that you put your mind to. Because I've seen it. Not all the time, but I've seen it. And especially those of you that have been with me for 2 years, I've seen you grow from little wide-eyed kids when you first came in that first day in 7th grade. And even you to an extent, Ms. Sanoam, you know, coming in as a brand new 8th grader. And now you're graduating and you are on the cusp of young adulthood. You're making a big jump. And that's what I've been trying to get through to you, especially these last couple weeks. From 8th grade to high school is a big jump. But if you put your mind to it, I know you can do it. And I know you can do it well. Because I've seen it. Some of you will struggle a little more than others. There's 2, 3 of you that you're just natural students and you get it and you go. Don't let that be your excuse to not give 110%. Those of you that it doesn't come as naturally, And I can think of one or two specifically, taking notes, one or two lines that was like from an academic, purely academic standpoint, was like, wow. And in these 2 years, now you're writing half a page with good information. You're getting it. You're going to continue to get it. Keep giving 110%. I wish I could tell you that the rest of the life is, as long as you give 110%, you'll succeed. Nah, there's going to be some failure along the way. I was reading a deal the other day. This young lady, she was in the Army, and a lady came up to her and was asking her all these personal questions and was starting to kind of get on her nerves. And she said, I think you could win Miss America. Because a couple of things, do you have any children? Have you ever been married? And that's, kind of the deal. And she said, no. And she says, I think you could be Miss America. And I'm not going to elongate the story, but 6 times she competed and lost, but that 7th time she won. Because she was persistent. Never, ever give up on your dreams. You've got this. You guys ready to graduate? All right, one more thing. Always one more thing. I got you guys a little something. I even got you guys a little something. All right? Let me go back over there. So if we could hop the mic one more time. All right, now some of these kids I know, but I don't mix with them much. So, I get an assistant. I love that. All right, let's start with kindergarten. The stars. All right. Blaine, there you go. Good job. Look at you. Sang. Hugo Martínez, ¿verdad? ¿Hablas español? Ay, qué lindo. James Vargas. There you go. Lily Rodriguez. There you go. And last but certainly not least, Austin Vargas. All right. Ms. Perez Robledo. Ms. Westbrooks. Good job. Ms. Sanuam. Mr. Adewumi. Ms. Arroyo Watson. Mr. Ashley. Mr. Ham. Mr. Song. And Mr. Williams. Once the students hit 7th grade, I call them by their last name. I try to show them the same respect that I expect. So, good job, you guys. Peace out.
Thank you so much, Pastor Jim. Okay, we want to invite on stage two very important people. One is our wonderful principal, Mr. Siri. And we would also like to invite for the very first time, Mrs. Tara Bailey, our new superintendent of the Oklahoma Conference.
All right, kindergarten. This is what everybody's been waiting for. So if the graduating kindergarten class of 2025 will please stand. Okay, Blaine Fast. Hugo Martinez. Lily Rodriguez. Nong Song. Austin Vargas. James Vargas. So look at this nice looking group of first graders, Mrs. James.
All right, will the 8th grade graduating class of 2025 please rise? All right. Meng Xian Wang Sang. Class President. Levi Thomas Ham, Class Treasurer. Brianna Perez Robledo, Class Secretary. Simeon Boraluatito Adewonmi, Class Pastor. Haven Ann Arroyo Watson. Zayden Archer Ashley. Katie Dim Sanuam. Abby Rain Westbrooks. Hunter Len Reed Williams. Give it up for the graduating class of 2025. All right, and give it up for kindergarten. Will you stand too? All right, we will have the benediction now by Abby.
Everybody bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day, and I hope that everybody has a great time and gets home safely. Also, that everybody has a wonderful summer. Amen.
We would like to invite everyone to please join us in the fellowship hall for a reception to celebrate our graduates. 7th grade, please rise. Okay.